Okay, today we will talk about uh, not coveting. This is chapter 18 of the Tirukkural, Wisdom of the Weaver Sage. Not coveting. It can also be translated as non coveting or avoidance of covetousness. First, let us see what is non coveting. Non coveting explained. Coveting or longing for the possessions of others has a powerful tendency to create enmity between us and them, at least in our heads and hearts, if not in actuality. Further, it tends to foster discontent in our own lives. That is, the more we focus on what others have, the less we appreciate our own blessings. As envy or jealousy leads to coveting, this chapter is placed next to the chapter on non envying. Coveting can be said to include the development of a strong liking leading to hypothecating something that someone else has. Non-coveting refers to the mindset where there is no such strong desire to take possession of others' belongings by any means whatsoever. It is acceptable to get ideas about material things and non-material items such as other skills, character, knowledge, and try to develop the skills and the wherewithal to get such material comforts. That is not coveting, but to develop a mental condition of thinking of those items and skills and thinking of ways to take possession by improper means is coveting and is not healthy. This chapter emphasizes the following points regarding the benefits of non coveting and ill effects of coveting. When a person desires to attain a thing, that person will try to fulfill the desire without thinking of the consequences. Jealousy begins upon seeing another person possessing a thing, and the thought as to why can't I get that thing, then the mind starts scheming ways to get that item. If it cannot be obtained by proper means, then the desire to get it by even unlawful means crops up. When desire sets in, even the most knowledgeable and the most straightforward person stoops down to low levels. Those who covet even want to take possession of others' property. Things like the resulting great benefit, immediate and short term pleasures, inability to earn such are some of the causes for the rise of coveting. The gain resulting from coveting will not be appreciated. Wealth reaches in a timely fashion to one who understands the value of non-coveting, while coveting will destroy the entire household and bring culpability, cause destruction. Non-coveting brings success. This chapter advises coveting to be nipped in the bud. There is nothing wrong in desiring for material wealth and comfort. To desire for acquiring something like that owned by another is also not bad. But to get a strong liking for another's possession and getting envious and desiring and scheming to get the same exact item is not proper. The proper way is to work for and earn the item. Respecting others' rights like our own is the only fair approach. Coveting what another has earned by hard work is an unfair practice. Now let us see the 10 couplets, the essence of these 10 couplets. These are not direct translations, these are kind of loose, easy to understand text rendering of those 10 couplets. Couplets 171. To think of appreciating another's hard earned possession by unfair means will result in the destruction of the entire family and culpability of the perpetrator. Couplet 172. Those who deem injustice shameful never commit guilt-yielding deeds driven by money-yielding desires. Couplet 173. Those who desire Those who desire the higher pleasures of heaven will not act unjustly through desire of the trifling joy in this life. Couplet 174. With senses conquered and sight unclouded by depravity, one will not covet others' wealth, even in destitution. Couplet 175. What avails a man's subtle and comprehensive learning if, in a covetous delirium, he still exploits others? Couplet 176. One who is doing his duty and desirous of grace will face destruction if, in his desire for wealth, if he, in his desire for wealth, contrives to acquire it wrongly. Couplet 177. Desire not the gain of covetousness. In the enjoyment of its fruits, there is no glory. Couplet 178. To protect his own prosperity from decline, one must not crave the property held by others. Couplet 179. Goddess Lakshmi, knowing the manner in which she may approach, will immediately come to those wise men who, knowing that it is virtue, covet not the property of others. Couplet 180. To covet the wealth of another, regardless of consequences, will bring destruction. That greatness of mind which covets not will give victory. Here I will narrate a story, a famous story often told by my dad, and this story illustrates how covetous leads to one's pitfall. There was a poor Pandit who needed to get alms from charitable and God-fearing neighbors in order to sustain. So he will go from house to house and simply chant salutations to Krishna, Krishnaya Namaha. The lady of the house will recognize the chant and come out to give some rice or money. One day he saw a silver item lying on the floor. This was a kid feeder, known as Gindi in Tamil, used for feeding milk to a toddler. This man coveted that, and as it was accessible and no one was noticing, he took it and hid it in his clothes. The people in the house noticed the kid feeder missing and were wondering where it went. Next day, when the poor Pandit came to that house, he was afraid that the homeowner might have found that the feeder is missing. As he was feeling guilty, without his knowledge, the chant came out as salutations to kid feeder, Kindiyaya Namaha. The house owner immediately recognized this Pandit as the culprit who took the kid feeder and got him punished.